All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on maybe the single most important concept in all of cybersecurity. It's a simple three-letter acronym that, once you get it, honestly, it changes how you see everything online. Now, I know when you hear CIA in the context of security, your mind probably goes to one place. But as this little quote from IBM hints, we are definitely not talking about spies. We're talking about something that's just as critical to our safety, though.
Exactly. So, you can forget the spies and trench coats. The CIA we're diving into today is all about three core principles. It's a foundational model that everyone, from the biggest tech companies in the world right down to you, relies on every single day to stay safe.
So, what is this secret acronym really? Well, before we spell it out, let's just think for a second about our world today. We are constantly facing this barrage of digital threats, but what are we really afraid of losing?
You know, it really just boils down to three essential nightmares. First, the nightmare of our private information getting exposed for anyone to see. Second, the nightmare of the data we absolutely trust, like our bank balance, being secretly changed without us knowing. And third, the nightmare of the services we depend on just vanishing right when we need them the most.
See, these aren't just vague anxieties, they are very specific threats, and the professional solution to them is this really elegant framework designed to stop them cold. It's called the CIA Triad, and you can think of it as the master checklist for digital safety. So, what does CIA actually stand for? It's confidentiality, integrity, and availability. The best way to think about it is like a three-legged stool. If any one of those legs breaks, the whole thing just comes crashing down. This is truly the backbone of all digital security.
Okay, so let's put these pillars of digital trust right under the microscope. We're going to break them down one by one to see what they protect and, more importantly, how they do it.
First up is C for confidentiality. And it all begins with a pretty simple personal question. How do we keep our secrets, well, secret?
Confidentiality is basically the digital version of a locked safe. Only the people with the right key, the authorized users, can get access to what's inside. The whole point is just to prevent your private information from falling into the wrong hands. So how is this actually done? Well, think about your banking app. When that financial data is traveling to your phone, it's encrypted. It's scrambled into unreadable code. That process combined with your password, that is confidentiality in action. That's what's protecting your money.
Next up is the I for integrity. And this pillar asks an even deeper question. It's not just about who can see your data, but whether the data you're seeing is even real in the first place.
Integrity is all about trust. It's the guarantee that your data is authentic and hasn't been secretly messed with or modified. It's just like a tamper-proof seal on a medicine bottle. You know for sure that what you're getting is exactly what was sent. And the stakes for integrity can be terrifyingly high. I mean, just imagine a hospital patient's heart monitor. It correctly reads a healthy 70 beats per minute, but an attacker intercepts that signal and changes the number to 150 before it reaches the doctor. A decision based on that lie could be fatal. That is a failure of integrity.
And finally, that brings us to the A for availability. This one is all about reliability, because what good is your data, even if it's private and trustworthy, if you can't get to it when you need it?
Reliability is pretty simple. The lights have to be on when you flip the switch. It just means you can access your data and services reliably whenever you need them. You expect Google to be there 24/7, and the reason it is because they pour enormous resources into ensuring availability. The number one weapon against availability is the denial of service attack, or DOS for short. This is where an attacker just floods a system with so much junk traffic that it literally collapses under the weight. Think of it as a digital mob blocking the doors to a store so no real customers can get inside. So there you have it, our three pillars. But what happens when one of them actually crumbles? Is it just a minor annoyance, or is it a complete catastrophe? Let's take a look at the ripple effect. Security experts, they rate the damage from a breach on three levels. You've got low impact, which is an inconvenience. Then there's medium impact, which means serious trouble, like a major financial loss. But high impact? Well, that's a different beast entirely.
A high-level failure is absolutely catastrophic. We're talking about something that could cause the entire organization to fail, or worse. Remember that patient monitor? This is where you get into real, life-threatening consequences. The entire system of trust just breaks down.
Okay, so we've covered the principles, we've covered the threats and the stakes, but the real power of the CIA Triad is that it's not just for the experts. It's a mental model that you can use yourself. And here's how you can use it.
You can boil this entire framework down to 3 very simple questions. When you look at any digital system, just ask, for confidentiality, who can see this? For integrity, can I trust this? And for availability, can I access this?
So here's your new lens for looking at the world. The next time you see a headline about a data breach, I want you to analyze it like a pro. Ask yourself, which pillar failed? Was it confidentiality, where data was exposed? Was it integrity, where data was changed? Or was it availability, with a service getting knocked offline?
And that brings us to a final and pretty crucial thought. You know, these pillars have been our foundation for decades, but with technologies like AI and quantum computing on the horizon, we're facing brand new threats that could shatter our defenses. So the real question is, which pillar breaks first? Confidentiality, integrity, or availability? That's something to think about.